everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts. Thanks for joining my channel today for this video. I'm going to do another of my Shabby Chic hearts. It's a heart box. I already did this one. I did the video and put that one out, and I thought I had one more of these boxes, and I showed sort of what type of embellishments I'm going to use on it in my other video. And I just decided that since this one turned out so cute, I would do another one. This is the first one that I did, and it just came out so cute. It's a little Shabby Chic Heart Box with a little bird on top, and I didn't put it in the video, but I did end up putting a little inspirational word. It just says together on it to kind of give it a theme. So I'm going to do another one. I'm sorry, I'm just stepping aside for a second. I'm looking for something over here I can't find. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one today. And this one is going to be in blues. Figured I would do something that's sort of outside of my box here. And so I decided to go with blue embellishments on this one. And so I'm just going to dump everything out. I had everything in the box ready to go. And this is just a little Dollar Tree box. It's the ones that are brown, just kind of the cardboard type material. But they're so cute, and they're really a good size. They're kind of an in-between size, so I really like doing these, and I love anything that is heart related. So anyway, so these are some of the embellishments that I have that I thought I would use on this box today. So I've just got a bunch of little cool things. I know I won't use all of them, but I wanted to make sure I had enough to kind of go with. So I have another little bird as well. So I will be putting the bird on this one as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and get started. The first thing that I am going to do, I was going to use this trim here on it like I did the other one, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. I happened to find this lace trim that I got from Kiki sale, and I think this is so pretty, and I decided to go ahead and use this on this box today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Make sure that when you're doing these projects that you've got, you know, plenty of everything you need standing by. I'm going to sort of put all of these items to the side here so that I've got room to work. And I think this is going to turn out really pretty. I can't wait to get it done. So the other one came out so nice that I couldn't wait to do this one. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to use my hot glue to put this trim on. I didn't actually size it up yet, so I'm just going to kind of hold it in place here, and I'm going to go around the heart and make sure that I have it cut off at just the right spot. And it'll go to this little blue flower here, so I'm just going to cut off from this point over. That way I don't have to mess with cutting it off at the end. Let me cut off these little bits that are stuck there. These are so fun to make, and you can get these boxes so inexpensively. I know that there are some people that live in areas where they're not close to a Dollar Tree, and I think what I might do is I might get some of these boxes and pop them into my store, my Etsy shop, so that they're available if somebody wants to purchase them so that you can make your own. So I may be getting some of these in my shop. I might even put together some little kits or something. The kits seem to go over really, really big in my store. That's one of the things that I do like to have for my subscribers, in case they want to do something and you guys can't, you know, if it's something that you can't get a hold of in your area, you can get them from my store and do these projects. Make sure that when you're adding lace trims and appliques and things to your projects, that make sure that you have the right side facing out. I know that's something that I have done a few times where I've started something and then realized I was putting it on the wrong direction. And then you've got to take it off and you've wasted that bit of lace because you've got glue on the other side and you've ruined it. So I try very hard to remember when I'm doing stuff like this to pay attention to which side needs to go to the outside. And I have this one correct. Okay, so that went on super easy. So we've just got the lace trim around the edge here. And then I'm going to try and do this fairly quickly. I've got one of my little shabby flowers here that I'm going to put on there, and I'm going to put a center in this. I just need to decide which flower I want to use in the center here. And I'm just using a variation of different flowers in this, mostly paper roses. And I think that one's too big. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little tiny blue rose, and I'm just going to put a little dot of my hot glue in the center there and just pop that little guy in the middle. I just like to add a little something to these flowers when I use them to add that whatever pop of color I'm using in my project. I like to put either a flower or a little rhinestone piece or something like that to give it that color. I could have used, you know, something like this, but these are just too big. Okay, so I'm going to add this little piece of lace to the top. Oh, wait a minute. What am I going to use around the edge here? Oh, goodness. Here I thought I was so prepared. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this rhinestone and pearl trim, and I'm going to go around the top of the heart with this. So in order to do that, I'm going to use my hot glue and I'm going to use some E6000. And the E6000 just ensures for me that it's going to stay on there and not come off. The hot glue I use to make sure it sticks right now. So that's kind of the purpose behind that. I think I'm going to put the lid down here so I can see it a little bit better. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little dot of hot glue and place my first little rhinestone down. I'll hold that down for a second until I know it's stuck. And then I'm going to start putting my E6000 around. And every now and then I'll just add another dot of hot glue. And it's nice to use a toothpick on these when you're adding something like this, because you can kind of control it a little bit better than if you were just using the tip. You know, you can get the E6000 that's got the pointy tip on it, and it's great. Don't get me wrong, I like using those tubes as well. But the thing with that is it's a little harder to control because the E6000 will come out really, really fast, and then it can get kind of messy. So I do like squeezing a little bit out onto a plate or something, or a dish, so that I can just stick my toothpick in there and put the glue on that way. So I'm just going to go around the entire thing. And I'm going to alternate between the hot glue and the E6000. And I'm going to put a dot of hot glue here at the tip of the heart, because that's where it can get kind of sketchy, is when you have something at the tip and you have to round that corner, because it wants to pull. And put a little more hot glue right there. And the E6000 will actually start to cure pretty quickly. So by the time I get around this heart, this stuff over here is going to be stuck down pretty well by that point. And get my toothpick again and start going down with the E6000. You want to get enough of it on there that it has something to grip onto, but you don't want to overdo the adhesive either, because then you'll have it oozing out all over the place, and you definitely don't want that on the top of your box. So I'm trying to be pretty careful here not to get too much glue. Trying to remember not to set my toothpick down on my mat here. I bought some of the what do you call it? Shoot. I can't think of the word. This stuff, they have this at the Dollar Tree, and it actually works really nicely as a mat. I think they use it with the crickets to cut things into it, but I thought it would work really good as a mat, and so I bought just a little thing of white, and I figure you can't beat it for the price. And let me just cut this off right here, because I know where I'm going to end now. And I'm going to put a little dollop of hot glue here at the end. And I got this pearl and rhinestone chain from Debbie over at Kiki's sale. I don't know if she has any more of this that she's selling right now, but she sells different kinds and different colors of pearl and rhinestone chain. And she always has something at just about every sale where she's got some of the rhinestone chain. And I do really like the ones that have the pearls and the rhinestones. I'm just going to look at this real quick. I want to make sure I've got this sitting right on this box. I'm just going to kind of go along the edge here with my finger and make sure that everything kind of lines up with the edge before it actually dries and I can't do anything about it. So that's that. I've just got it going around the whole top of the box. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this. I get this at a little local store, and I am going to buy some of this and try and offer it in my Etsy store as well, because it's a real nice embellishment to use, especially on these boxes and things, because it really, it's easy to use. It's got the adhesive on the back of it, and they have it in different colors as well. I usually end up buying most of my stuff in just the plain. I'm going to use hot glue for this as well. Since it's got the adhesive on the back of it, I'm just going to go ahead and use the hot glue. And I'm going towards the top of the lid with this. And I'm going to try and make sure I line this up right there with the top. I'm just going to go around with my hot glue. I'm about to run out on this hot glue. I'm going to have to add a new stick. Make sure you always have extra hot glue sticks and stuff around when you start your projects. I try to be good about making sure I have that when I'm doing my videos, but every now and then I will forget to get extras, and I'll have to excuse myself in the middle of a video so that I can go get some more. I try not to do that, but it happens. And I have enough of this so that I can go around the entire lid. Hopefully today we won't have barking dogs in the video. I did in my last one that I just did. But the mail lady has already come today, so I don't think I have to worry about that now. Trying to get this video done before my husband gets home. And it shouldn't take too long. It's not going to be a super long video, so hope everybody's doing well today. I'm having a nice quiet day at home. Just working on videos and crafting. So that's what my day consists of. I need to do some reading up on some stuff later on. Oh, I'm hoping this is going to be the last piece I have to use of this, because I think it is. I was hoping I would still have at least a little piece of this left, because this is all I have at this point. I've run out. So I'll get this around here and try and go all the way to the center there and pop that on there. And it's just ever so slightly big, but I think I can get that in there to look just fine. Yep. Okay. So now I've got that around the outside edge, and it looks really pretty. So next what we're going to do is we're going to start embellishing the top of this. I can move that out of the way. And so first things first, I'm going to put a piece of this lace on, and I think I'm going to just try and cut it off a little bit where I know I'm not going to need it. I don't want to have a whole bunch hanging over the edge. And there we go. So I'm just going to put this piece off to the one side here. Just like that. Just little dollops of hot glue on the edges here so that these pieces get placed down and they're not sort of flip-flopping in the wind. And I just have one little piece that's kind of hanging off. I'm going to leave that there. Okay, so I've got that on there. I need to get better at doing things upside down and being able to see what it, you know, if it's the way that I want it to be. Okay, so now I'm going to put my applique on there. I'm just going to try and decide where I want that to go and where I want my flower to go. And these are going to go kind of off to the other side there. I'm actually wondering if maybe I should just go with my flowers. I think I'm going to do that. I'm not going to use this piece this time. Just going to go with my flowers and maybe a couple of little pieces of this lace that I have that I put around the edge. I just need to clean it up a little bit. This pretty flower that I'll maybe put between those two. And then I have a couple of these little, they're just like a beigey colored flower, but I can use these kind of in just about anything to add a little bit of variation, but not a bunch of color. So I'm trying to think if I want to use this little floral piece to kind of have that coming off somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna add this little piece here. I'm just gonna have that kind of coming up from the side. And I'm going to put my applique up here in the corner. And I want to put plenty of glue on there so that it sticks real well. And the shape of this applique actually works really perfect for this heart because it just kind of comes up in this corner really well. And it looks really, really nice. Okay, and then I'm going to start putting some of these little blue roses. I have some of these blue paper roses in my store. I think I only have one package left in the blue. But they're really nice. They're just not a real thick paper. But they're really pretty flowers and I like using them in my projects. And if I need to get more, I can get more of these and get them into my shop. So if you happen to be somebody that wants some of them, just let me know. I won't put them in my shop because I'm always in fear that that one time that I put them in, I'll go to get them and they won't be there. And so ever since the pandemic hit, I'm a little more leery of just assuming something will be somewhere where I'm used to getting it. So I won't put them in my store until I know I can get them. But if it's something that I don't have, and I tell you that it's something I can get, then just let me know that you want some and I'll make sure that I get them in my shop. I try to make sure that I accommodate my subscribers as much as I can. I forgot I was planning on using this piece of an applique. This is from an applique that I got from Kiki's sale as well. I get these and I cut them up. This is it was a corner piece, but I've already cut off part of the ends of this and used it in other projects. So I think though that I want to use it on this. So I'm just going to put some glue. I totally forgot that I had this in there, or I probably would have left that one little lacy piece off, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, and then I want this dark blue rose to go in here between these lighter blue ones. And this rose, I don't know where it came from. I think I got it from Debbie over at Kiki's sale, but I've had it for a long time, and it has a little bit of stickles on the tips of the flowers. I'm going to put some stickles on this one today. Speaking of which, I'm going to try and get my stickles to go down to the tip. I'm out of it, really. I shouldn't even be trying, but I think this is the last video that I'm going to be able to use it in because I've used it all up. I'm going to put this little dark blue flower. I like to put different variations of the same color in my pieces. I don't like everything to be the same color unless I'm doing a really pale pink shabby chic piece that I absolutely want everything to be in that color. Sometimes I do, but for the most part, I really do like to have different variations of my colors. I think I'm actually going to use this dangle today in this heart because it has some blue in it. It also has some mauve in it, but that's okay. I'm going to cut a couple of these little flowers down and use them. Because like I said, I like to have that little bit of variation in there. I'm just going to use them in a couple of spots just to pop them in, and I'm going to use one more. Where do I want to put this one? This one's kind of crinkly. And we have sirens going by again. I'll tell you, I've never heard so many sirens in my entire life as what we've had lately. It seems like this world, I'm telling you, has gone berserk. I don't know what's happening to everyone, but I think we're all going crazy. It just seems like lately, I mean, there's been pretty nearby my house, in a neighborhood that's close by, they've had a lot of home invasion robberies and things like that. And so they've literally been breaking into people's homes when they're home and robbing them. And this is happening within like a mile from my house here. And it's been really, really scary for me. My husband doesn't get too scared about that kind of stuff, but I do. And I'm always worried that they're going to somehow get into our house. And so Jeff tries to keep me calm, but at night I feel so unsafe lately. It's just awful. It's awful. And I wish everybody would stop doing crazy things. We've had the home invasion stuff, and we've had just like there's been shootings where, I mean, and this is a quiet neighborhood. I live in a very quiet area where none of that stuff has really happened, and we've been so happy here. But I gotta tell you, I just feel like life as we knew it has really, really changed, and it's not a happy thing. Okay, so I think that's where I'm gonna leave it with those embellishments. And now I'm gonna take my little bird, and I'm gonna actually add a couple of these flowers from this last piece that I have here. I'm gonna cut a couple of these flowers off and put them on my little bird. I have her embellished, but I didn't quite finish it because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I don't want to go with too big a piece. Where'd I put her? Okay, so I think, yeah, that's perfect. That's a nice size. I'm gonna put this going right across the little birdie's back here along the wings. I've already got some lace on there, but I wanted to add some color to her, but I wasn't exactly sure where I was gonna go with it. And so I kind of waited to finish embellishing her. I kind of wish I had just a tiny blue something. Oh, that's pretty. I was actually planning on using this piece here as well in this, but I don't know if I've got too much going on already to do that. Let me see. This one might be prettier. Yeah, I'm gonna put this piece right here. And I'm just basically trying to cover up the end piece of this other bling that I've got in here because it just kind of is a little bit clunky right there. But I couldn't take it off because if I took it off, then the whole thing would fall apart. Okay. And that looks super pretty. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And then I'm not sure. Trying to debate if I want to use this little bit of pearls. Yeah, I'm going to put these pearls kind of coming off to the side. And I'm just going to load up with glue right here and put both ends. Make sure I get it pointing in the right direction here. And get both ends and poke them in there. Get my glue strings off of there. There. Okay. Sorry, you guys, I'm just picking a piece of glue off of this real quick, trying to get a hold of it. Okay. So there we are so far, and now we're just gonna put the bird on top, and I think that's it for this box, and we'll be done. Our little bird is gonna sit right there. So I'm just gonna put a good dollop of glue and pop her in right there. And I need to hold it down for just a minute. I am going to put one other thing on here. I just happened to look over. I do want an inspirational word, and the word for today is going to be dance. And I'm going to take my little handy dandy torch here that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to kind of burn the edges of this. And I have to do this very carefully, because this fabric burns super fast. I found that out straight away, because the first one that I burned, I didn't realize how fast it was going to light and that it was just going to travel super quickly. So I'm just going across the whole edge, and then I'm just kind of tapping it with my finger. And I'm going to wipe my fingers on my black pants here so that they don't have char on them. I don't know if they do or not, but I don't want them to. And I'm going to put this word just right here in front of the bird so that you can see it real well. And I'm just going to put a little, whoopsie, I almost had that all over the place, a little dollop of glue on the back side of it. And I'm going to try and kind of get it going kind of flowy here, but yet in a way that you can still read it. There we go. And that looks super duper cute. And then I also have my little crystals here, so the last thing I'm going to add to this is, whoops, I poured a few too many out, is some of these little crystals. Let me get some E6000, and then I'm going to put a little bit of stickles around in a couple of spots, and we're going to be done with this project. So I'm trying to get this all done before my husband gets home and makes noise coming in the house. I'm going to put a couple right here. One. And I'm using my handy dandy rhinestone picker. This is the one that was purchased. If I'm being completely honest, so far I'm still prefer my handmade pickers over the store-bought ones. So far they just seem to work better, and those are the ones that I make with using a candle. I just like the way it picks up and it holds on to my rhinestones better. The wax from the candles just seems to work better for me. I don't know if everybody would agree with me on that, but that's my preference. So if you're interested in making your own rhinestone pickers, oh, that didn't work out so well. You can watch my video. I have a video on that. Just have a look at that video and it'll show you step by step how to make them. Super, super easy, and it'll just take you a couple of minutes to do, to make a bunch of them. And you make them with the wax and toothpicks. And that's it. Easy peasy. But I haven't sat down to make any new ones recently. And I have this picker, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to use it. Because it does work. It just doesn't quite work as well as mine do. Just trying to find a couple of spots here where I think these will look pretty, just kind of sitting there in little groupings. I group them in groups of 3 usually. It'll either be 1 or 3 or 5. Happy Bird over at Happy Bird's Glitter Nest taught me that odd groupings work out better than even groupings, and she was correct on that. So I always use odd numbers when I put pearls or rhinestones together in a group. Usually it's 3. That's kind of my number, my magic number. So that's normally how many I use when I put them in little groupings. And I love these crystals. So I use them every chance I get. And they actually end up going in just about every project I do. Even if you see me do a project here, and there are times when I will forget to use them, on the back end, I'll put these crystals in my pieces before I put them in my Etsy shop. So I just love them. I think they're so pretty, and they just add that perfect amount of sparkle and color to everything I make. So I use them a lot. And I have my friend Kim to thank for that, because she has kept me in supply of these crystals for quite some time now. I haven't had to buy them myself. And she knows how much I love them. And in fact, just recently she sent me another package of them. And the last place I'm going to put some is on my little bird, because I want to have some there as well. And then I'm going to put a little bit of stickles on if I can get some to come out. Keeping my fingers crossed. One, two, and accidentally got 2 of them on there that time. 3. Ah. And then I'm going to put some on the front side, right here. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little grouping of 3 on the front of my bird there, on her little chest. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Okay, so I think I have this exactly the way I want. Oh, I'm going to put one more. I'm sorry, you guys. I see one more spot. I want to put at least one little crystal in the center of this little flower here. I'm just going to go with one on that flower. Okay, so the lid is all complete. It looks really, really pretty. I'm hoping you guys, let me see if I can adjust my light a little bit. Oh, in fact, I totally forgot to turn on this light. There we go. I think you guys can see it a little bit better now. Put this over. Whoops. That's not working so well. I can't do this. I can't do it right. Anyway, let me just set that little light down. I have desktop lights here that I'm using so that I can see what I'm doing, and maybe I'll put this up here. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see that. That gives you a close-up view of what it actually looks like. Because I think when I put it under the light, sometimes it makes it actually harder to see it. So there's our little bird, all decorated, and the pretty flowers and centerpieces and stuff. I'm going to put it together here and show you guys what it looks like as one whole box. If I can get the top on. Okay. And that's what it looks like from the side view. This is absolutely gorgeous. I actually think, even though it's in blues, I think this is my favorite one. It just came out exactly the way I hoped it would. It came out super duper pretty. And that's what that lace looks like that I put around the edge. And there it is from that direction. Okay, so you guys, this was a really fun video. I'm glad you all dropped in to watch, and please like and subscribe my video. Down below in the description menu, I will put information on Kiki's sale and my Etsy store and anything else that I think you guys need. I also have a Facebook page. I don't post on there as much as I probably should, but I do have my Facebook page, so you're welcome to go on over and check that out. I try to remember to post my videos and a lot of my Etsy shop items in there. And I do thank you all for blessing me and for blessing us with visiting our Etsy store. It really is helping us out more than you probably could understand. We do greatly appreciate those of you that have been stopping by and shopping in my store, and I greatly appreciate my subscribers. And please tell your friends and family and ask them to pop on over and make a visit. If they like crafting, maybe they'll enjoy following some of my videos and doing some of these things themselves. So there you go. There's a good view of the box. It's super pretty, and I'm super happy with the way this turned out. And then here's my other box. I'll just put them up side by side here. Here's the one that I did earlier, and it's actually super pretty too. Little bit different the way that I decorated it. And then here's the one we did today. Also, I do have a couple of things here that I wanted to show you guys. Let me just back off my camera for a second, and then we'll be done with this video, I promise. I just want to show you a couple of little things that I completed recently. I've been working on a lot of videos, and I have actually several in the wings waiting to be uploaded. This is an applique that I did that came out gorgeous. I was actually really surprised at how much I love this applique. It's in my Etsy shop. I know my friend Deanna is gonna love this one, and I just got it done. I did this using, I made the roses on this with this ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree. And look at how pretty this ribbon is. It's just a like an organza, but it's super pretty, and the sparkle is gorgeous in it. And I ended up making a couple of these little roses out of it. These are just rolled roses. So this is another technique that I recently learned. I will be doing a video on how I made those. But isn't this beautiful? Oh my gosh, I love this so much. So I did that. And then also they have this fuchsia color. So I'm going to be doing some stuff with this too. I made a little flower with the fuchsia here. It came out really cute. It's just a basic little flower. I used one of my little shabby flowers underneath it and then cut this and put it on top. It came out really pretty, just a basic little flower. But I'm going to try and make some of my rolled roses with this, and I'm going to try some other techniques using some of this ribbon, both the orange and the fuchsia. I got a couple of rolls of each. So I'm going to be doing those. And then the other thing that I did, I just finished this morning. I did a handheld mirror in one of my videos. And then I completed this mirror after the fact, and it just came out so gorgeous. And you'll be seeing my video. In the video I did a different one. It's a little more shabby chic and pale pink. Super pretty too. But I really love the way this came out. This is just one of the mirrors that you get over at the Dollar Tree. I spray painted it white and then added my embellishments and things, and it just came out. This is actually the applique that I did the video on, that I put on this, and then I added a few extra flowers and things to it. But isn't that gorgeous, you guys? I just love it, love it, love it. And this is in my Etsy shop. The applique is in my Etsy shop. This is in there. This one's going in. It'll be there by the time you see this video. And again, I want to thank you all for visiting my channel and for subscribing and liking my video. If you like it and make comments, that's really what helps my channel out a lot, and it will help me to grow. I'm working really, really hard right now, you guys, on growing my channel and trying to do better videos, give you some better content. And I'm learning along the way. I'm still learning, but right now I'm trying to learn a little faster than I normally would, because I need to start moving on this stuff, and I really, really want to do well. And I want to bring you guys the things that you want to see. So anyway, thanks again. Take care. God bless you all, and have a really, 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 really great rest of the day. Take care. Bye-bye.